Whilst we're traveling, we need to have these three things in our mind in gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One is the mental preparation, one is the verbal preparation, one is the physical preparation. Mental is that in our minds that we have all the time, Allah, you have given me this tawfiq. You have given me this ability to do Hajj. It's not due to my money. It's not due to my strength. It's only due to your infinite grace and mercy that you have let me do Hajj. So that mental preparation. The verbal preparation all the time, lakal hamdu lakal shukr. Anything, food not there, lakal hamdu lakal shukr. Food, Allah's fed me all these years. If that time it didn't come at the appointed time, no problem, alhamdulillah, lakal hamdu lakal shukr. There's millions of people, they don't get food all the way through. Alhamdulillah, we got lakal hamdu lakal shukr. There's a bigger picture, we have to look at the bigger picture. In Hajj, we have to look at the bigger picture. We can't be thinking to ourselves, what is happening here? I haven't got my food. Look at this toilet, it's not flushing. This room, the bed, any headboard is broken, and this, and we, for petty things. And every year, what happens is, Allahu Akbar, let me tell you, every year, there's always an argument for small petty issues. One person, he said, I flushed the toilet and the water came out, and that's for that reason he called the Ministry of Hajj, and he complained. He goes, these people have not provided anything to me. I want a 5-star hotel. So now he wants to stay in the 5-star. So he's going to the 5-star hotel. Now he's sleeping there. He's missed everything of Hajj. He wanted comfort. Now he got his comfort, but he's not done his Hajj. So this is the kind of people we have sometimes. And unfortunately, these people know, I want the best of food. Okay, you'll get your separate food. We'll give you, KFC, and we'll give you burger, McDonald's, or whatever you want. Okay, your children, everybody can have it. But, so you can just have it there. If you want to go with I'm not going to go with you people again. No. And he's staying there. He doesn't want to do anything. So these are kind of people, the stubbornness. So this is dangerous. Obviously, that's why he's saying there'll be millions of people there. In every group, there'll be so many people there with so many different types of temperaments. We have to tolerate. We have to be patient. And this word that you'll hear all the time, sabr, sabr, you'll hear that millions of times in Hajj. Everyone will be saying sabr, sabr. Do you understand? And we need that. Every one of us, we need that. Do you understand? Sometimes the group leaders get angry, sometimes the mothers get angry, sometimes the fathers get angry, sometimes the brothers get angry, sisters get angry. It's all the big problem. So mental preparation, verbal preparation, and physical preparation all the way through. So all the time, if we are going to go there, like what happens nowadays is, when we go the 5 days of Hajj especially, so when we go to Mina, everybody just go to sleep. So the 5 prayers, what happens is they just wake up for prayer and then go to sleep again. They wake up for prayer and go to sleep again. We're not there for sleeping. We have to understand this. So a lot of people, subhanallah, I'm talking through experience. I tell them, at least read the Quran. Last year I went, mashallah, I had a group of people, about 25 people. They said, we're going to go with you only. I said, look, if you go with me, you have to have these expectations from myself. All of us, what we're going to do is, we're going to do 5 tawafs a day. Are you ready for that? Do you understand? So apart from the Hajj days, so I said before that when we're going to go, you're going to do 5 tawafs, and I'll tell you, you can do it after each namaz one, or you can do it at night time, 3, 4 together, and then do one after, another time. And we want you to read 10 juz of the Quran every day. 10 juz. They said, isn't it going to be hard? I said, try it out. And alhamdulillah, all those people, mashallah, the 25 of them who stayed in the same floor as myself, we used to have ta'aleem every day after Asr namaz, those 25 together, and mashallah, managed to fulfill that. So we have a target. We don't have a target. Let me tell you, throughout our journey, we have 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever, we don't even open the Quran. So many of the brothers, and subhanallah, I was just in Umrah in Ramadan, and subhanallah, these hotels, the 5-star hotels, they have the place where they read the salah. So these people, I asked them, they said in the 2 weeks, we just do one Umrah, and after that, we don't go to the masjid. Forget anything else. They don't even go to the masjid to perform the salah. They perform it in the 5-star hotel. And the food is, everything's all given there. The preparation all is served there. The laundry, everything is provided there. So they don't go out. So once I was coming down in the lifts, I was coming for Fajr Salah. I said, Sheikh, where are you going? Just read with us. I said, if that's the case, then I would have read in my hometown, Bradford, in the UK. Do you understand? So basically, we need to go to the masjid. So my brothers, this physical shukriya, physical gratitude, we have to try to read our 5-time prayers in the masjid. You understand? Go to the masjid, do wuzu at home, get prepared, go in groups, no problem. But go quickly and read the salah inside the masjid. Read the salah with the imam of Masjid al-Haram. We're not there to just read namaz in the 5-star hotel or in our rooms. So try your best to make sure that the salah is read inside the masjid. This is our physical gratitude. If we are going there and subhanallah, and it's so shocking. I could remember the day when we actually do the halaq on the 10th. So all these people who done the halak, and now they're going to wear the clothes, normal clothing, they've taken off the ihram, and subhanallah, azan was taking place, and I was seeing in thousands coming to the hotel. I said, what about salah? He goes, no, we're not going to read salah now. We need to change our clothes. I said, you can change your clothes later, read namaz in the haram. You understand? It's not going to be wrong to read in the state within that area. No, I need to take it off. This is, it's uneasy. The ihram, people just want to, a lot of people go and they just want to do umrah quickly so they can get off the ihram. They can just take the ihram off. They just hate keeping the ihram on. So they will just go. It's not just a practical thing that you just do it and that's it. The group that I go with myself, I said, look, we have to do it properly. Son, I want you to read the Quran. I want you to read the du'as. And in Safa Marwa as well, every time we reach the mount of Safa Marwa, we're going to do du'a. If you stay with me, I'm going to do du'a with you. If you're not, son, at least do du'a yourself. Don't just go around 7 times and there's no spirituality in it. There's no essence in it. There's no substance in it. Don't do it like that. We're not here rushing, speeding and trying to see, I did it faster than you. And people talk after that. How long did it take you? It took me 2 hours. How long did it take? 1.5 hours. I beat you, didn't I? Half an hour I beat. So it's not about beating and competing with each other. This is the problem we have. Especially our youngsters, they have this kind of mentality that say, I did it faster than you. My tawaf was 40 minutes. Last time I did it in 45 minutes. Now I beat my previous record. So this is not the way. Do it properly. Don't push. Don't hurt or inconvenience other people. So these 3 types of shukr, you understand? So we need to make sure that's mental, physical and verbal. So physical is very important, that throughout our Hajj, we are fulfilling those things, that we are reading namaz, we are spending our time. We get enough sleep. So have a timetable. The best thing is have a timetable. So much things to say about Hajj, and throughout the time when I go for Hajj, my group of people, I always explain them in Urdu, Bangla, Arabic, English, all languages I speak to them in, and I try to explain to look, this valuable thing, this thing, subhanallah, alhamdulillah, has taken me so many times, but each time there's a new thing there, because you love it, because a person because this journey of Hajj is a journey of love. A person in this world, when he wants to meet his mahbub, he wants to meet his beloved. Look at the preparation he does. He'll change his clothes, he'll put perfume on, he'll make sure he's looking good, he'll be putting this gel on, this, that, and nothing smelling, his mouth is smelling good and everything. He'll be doing everything just for a worldly ishq majazi ke liye. And this is ishq haqi, that's the true love. So a person, subhanallah, we need to make preparations fully from the beginning. And as I said, the physical preparations, we need to do that and stop wasting time. We can't be wasting these moments. And especially in Medina Munawwara, the biggest problem is that when we go to Medina Munawwara, just a few things about Medina Munawwara, that when we go to Medina Munawwara after Hajj, you understand? So basically people think that everything's over, that is my time for shopping. So some people who stay for 8 days, and if we are staying for 8 days, alhamdulillah, remember one thing, that it's not faraz or wajib or sunnah to stay for 8 days. A lot of people think we have to read the 40 namaz. It's good. The hadith says that a person who reads 40 namaz in my masjid, he will be free from hypocrisy, he'll be free from the fire of Jahannam. That's a good thing, mashallah, good reward. A person should try to do that once in his lifetime, whether in Umrah, whether in Hajj, he should try to act upon this hadith. That's very good. But if a person stays less than that, that doesn't matter. It's not that his Hajj going to be affected or something. A lot of people and he argue with their group leaders that, why, I'm staying less than 8 days. Why is it this one, that? No. So a person, even if he didn't go for Medina Munawwara, his Hajj, he doesn't have any problem with his Hajj. But obviously out of love, we should go for Medina Munawwara and spend that time. So many of our brothers and sisters, they will do shopping in Medina Munawwara, and the reason they'll put that forward is it's cheaper. It's cheap. Even if you save £1,000 and you're missing one salah, that's a big loss. We look at the materialistic thing. We think, subhanallah, oh, this is cheap. I went to this shop in Birmingham, this was £10, here is £2. Subhanallah, let me get that quickly, and let me get 10 of them. So this is the way. And then when we come back, we are, worried about my suitcase. Can you put some of my goods towards yours? And that is overloaded now. We've taken too much luggage. So basically, this is the problem, because we just think, and we, like many of our brothers and sisters, I got a big list here. This is for my mother, my father, my brother, my sister, my wife, my children, my nephew, my niece. And he's got a big list of things. So what I always say, the best thing to give them is the tawaf and the du'as and the umrahs and all these. Whatever, the du'as that we should give. We should tell anybody who says, look, I will do dua for you, and I take the names and I'll send the salatu salam on with your name to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's the best thing that you can do. That's the best gift that you could give them. That send the salat, as-salatu was-salamu alayka min Abdullah, as-salatu was-salamu alayka min Fatima, or Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, this salat and this salam is from my sister Fatima, from my brother Abdullah. This is the best. that you could do. Do tawaf and make the intention, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give them the tawfiq to come here in this place as well. This is the best things that we could do. Instead of wasting our time and trying to buy, or that doesn't fit him, or I need that size. No, she wanted this blue color, she wanted this white color. And for this we're spending hours and hours going from one shop to the other shop. And then we're talking about this for hours inside the hotel. And whilst doing all this, then our namaz is missed as well. And this happens on a daily basis. So basically in Medina Munawwara, is very important that we spend our time in reading Durood Sharif, in spending our time fulfilling the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, respecting it, and not to make any, especially in Medina Munawwara, never ever take out any faults on food, and not argue with people or any shops or things like that, because this is the city of our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There was this person, he had some yogurt, and after having the yogurt, he had a stomachache. And he came just out from his mouth, because of the yogurt, I got a stomachache. So at night time when he went to sleep, he saw the Prophet ﷺ, because if you're complaining about the food here, then leave my town. Just imagine how serious it is. So this is the thing, that this is the town, this is the city of our beloved Prophet ﷺ. We need to have full respect. When you look at our pious predecessors, Imam Malik rahmatullah alayhi, subhanallah, he would not, after his Faraz Hajj, he would stay in Medina Munawwara, and he would not go. He would say, no, I can't leave this place of Medina Munawwara. And subhanallah, the amazing thing is, he went to that. We can't even comprehend that the hudud of Haram of Medina Munawwara, like we got the hudud, the boundaries of Haram in Makkah Mukarramah, there's for Medina Munawwara, there's hudud as well. So he never used to relieve himself within the boundaries. He used to go out and he used to keep his feet inside, and he used to relieve himself outside. This is the way our pious predecessors thought about the sacredness of Medina Munawwara. Hujjatul Islam Wala Qasim Nanatu rahimahullah ta'ala, subhanallah, when he used to, and he come into the hudud, into the boundaries, he used to take his sandals off, he used to take his footwear off. Because he used to think that, how can I put my foot on these places where the Prophet ﷺ feet might have also touched as well. That's out of love. I'm not saying we're going to do that. Do you understand? But mashallah, some people in my group, they did that. And mashallah, out of love they did it. But what I'm trying to say, we have to have full respect, full honor of this place. And we need to keep that, realize, and we need to make sure that we're fulfilling all the sunnahs. We're making sure that we don't argue and swear and do wrong things, especially in Medina Munawwara. Throughout the journey, we should stay away from it. Especially in Medina Munawwara, we have to be extra careful. Because when a person comes to the beloved, he needs to be extra careful that he doesn't hurt him in any way, by inconveniencing him in any way. So even like disrespecting the people, or even if somebody has apparently done anything wrong with you, then just keep quiet and just go forward. So this is very important that we keep in mind. So before we actually continue, we want to, like, the Hajj itself, the training itself. Obviously, the main important thing is, we can explain to you this practical Hajj. This is the way you put the ihram, this is the way you do tawaf. But alhamdulillah, the group that you're going with, the ulamas, always consult with them and go. If you haven't done Hajj before, if you haven't done Umrah before, it's your first time, always go with someone who has done it, who a scholar, and get the advice, understand it properly before you go ahead and do this. A lot of people, what happens is, they just follow the crowd. You'll see a woman reading and all the men reading after them, and you follow that person as well. So a lot of people do that. You see somebody reading namaz in this particular way, he's raising his hands every time, he's saying Ameen loudly. So mashallah, this looks fun, let me do that as well. So no, you do your things here. Don't just follow somebody. He's reading namaz in that way. He's got his hands on the side. He is gone to do his wuzu, and he's put his clothes above his sort of knees and things like that. So you do the same. A lot of people think, if he can do it, I can do it. No. So we have to make sure that we understand the Muslim side, we understand the rulings, and do that according to that. Ask the group leader who is a scholar, and make sure that everything is clear. So basically, if it's a direct flight, so best is in the airport or home, put your ihram on. Like we're going, like Turkish Airlines, we usually put it in Istanbul. So basically, if it is a direct flight, so my advice to everybody is, the best thing is put your ihram and everything either in the airport, there's rooms there available, or you can, even better is put on the ihram from your home, and you can make the intention later on. You can make that intention in the plane as well. So once you put the ihram on, the ihram, the piece of cloth, that's not actual ihram itself. What is ihram? The talbiyah and the niyyah. So a lot of people make that mistake. So once you put the white cloth on, you can put khushbu, you can put perfume, everything on, until you make the intention and you do the talbiyah. So you put that on, you read 2 rakats of Salatul Ihram, the 2 rakats which is nafal. In that you read Qul Ya Ayyuhal Kafirun, Qul Huwallahu. You don't need to read this surah, you can read any other surah as well, but it is preferable to read these 2 surahs. So then after that, when you know that before the miqat, the most important thing is, if you don't want to make the intention now, and my advice is not to make the intention then, you can make the intention just before the miqat. So you can make it inside the plane as well. So make the intention and read the talbiyah. Talbiyah at least once. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika lak, labbaik innal hamda wa ni'mata lak wal mulk la sharika lak. So if you know it by heart, mashallah, read it. If you don't know it by heart, read it by looking inside. So you have to read that once at least. Do that, the talbiyah. And the niyat will be just umrah. We're doing just Umrah because we're going to do tamattu, isn't it? And Umrah is first. So basically we're going to make the intention of Umrah. And that Umrah will be on behalf of ourselves. Like those people know Arabic niyat, Allahumma inni uridul Umrah, fayassirha li wa taqabbalaha minni. Make the intention in that way. So we make the intention, and after putting on the ihram, and after we made the intention, the talbiyah, now we're in the state of ihram, we can't put any soap. It's very important that we remember, in the plane, they will give you these tissues which got fragrance in. So avoid touching them. Go into the bathroom, and using soap, shampoo, things like that, avoid using all these kind of things. And it's very important. I could remember some years ago, what happened was this brother, because when we were going, he put the ihram on, and then when you go to the security, you can't, you have to throw away all your perfumes and all this. So what happened, he had this fragrant baby oil. So he thought to himself, he never used it at all. So he put the ihram on, he made the intention and everything. So they said, look, you have to throw that away. So he said, oh no, I got this, what am I going to do now? So he thought, let me use it for the last time. Do you understand? So he used it. Do you understand? He used it properly. And then what happened was, then when he went through, just before going to the plane, he realized, oh no, what did I do? I made a mistake. So he went to the bathroom and he used soap and he washed himself. So he was explaining that to me. I said, Subhanallah. Now what has happened is you've done double dam now. You understand? It's double dam. So this is the thing, that if a person doesn't know, this is what happens. Like a lot of my students, they were doing any Umrah with myself, and they were so tired, they went inside, and each one, I just lied down, I went to sleep, and they all, mashallah, had proper shower with the soap and shampoo, and then after that, they said, hey, mashallah, you look fresh. Mufti Saif, go and have a shower, the soap and shampoo. I said, what? So you use, I go, mashallah, your shower is very expensive. Do you understand? You have to, each one of you have to give a dam. Because what? Because we didn't know this. So this is the problem, that we, at the state of ihram, we can't use any soap, shampoo. Sisters, many of the sisters, what they do, they wash the clothes in the rooms, in the bathroom, and they use soap powder. So avoid that as well. Many of us, like for example, we were just coming, and what happens is many people, because people don't know these masail, like one place we were going in the state of ihram, when we reached Makkah Mukarramah, so people were hungry, so we said we'll go and eat in this particular hotel. So the person is very unusual, so he was standing there putting perfume in everybody's hand. So everybody's lining up, and so you're passing by, suddenly this person, I just moved my hands, sudden split of a second, and he's putting on everybody. And they said, Mufti Saif, you're very quick, you moved your hands. Why? Because we're in the state of ihram. Because, oh no. This is the thing. That's why the scholars have said, to this extent, whilst in the state of ihram, don't even go and kiss the Hajar Aswad, because people put perfume on that. We don't realize. If you really are wanting to kiss the Hajar Aswad, do it while not in the state of ihram. So these are basic things we don't do. Do you understand? We don't keep in mind. So it's quick point on the Umrah. So basically, first of all, we're going to do tamattu. There's three types of Hajj. There's Hajj Ifrad, Hajj Qiran, Hajj Tamattu. So tamattu is the one that we do Umrah first. So straightforward, we put the ihram on. Like if we're going by British Airways or Saudi Airlines, which is direct flight, it's best to put the ihram on from our home. And then you can make the intention in the plane before we reach the miqat. And whilst we're in the state of ihram, we should stay away from all perfumes, all soaps, and all the freshness and everything, and making sure that we don't coat nails and all the rest of it. So basically, and then when we go there, after all the things, take some rest. Don't just passionately think to yourself, no, I'm going to get my Umrah done properly. And the reason behind it, back of the mind, is to get rid of the ihram quickly. So many times I tell everybody to go to sleep, and because we want to freshen ourselves in the way that when we are fresh, then we're going to do the Umrah. We don't want to do Umrah in a state we're tired and we're sleeping and this and that. We want to do it properly. So my advice to everybody is, when we go there, because it's going to be very hard, going through the immigration in Jeddah, those who've been, how hard it is. So I've been seeing it's the same situation every year. So basically the amount of time that is spent there. Then by the time you get to your hotel, from the time you landed, from the time, you'll be very lucky to get there by 8 to 10 hours. Even though it's only 1.5 hour journey from from Jeddah to Makkah Mukarramah, you have to stop there for the Muallim office, you have to stay for the wristbands and all these other things as well, and all the checks and all the rest of it. So it's going to take a lot of time. We're going to be tired. We just traveled all the way from home, that we didn't have sleep for good 24 hours. So advice is, go to sleep. If there's namaz time there, wake up for the namaz and read your namaz. And then once you are fully recovered, and then in groups, small, it's best to make like small groups, and then go for the tawaf. Do the tawaf, the Safa Marwa, and then after you've done these two things, then after you do the halaq for the sisters is the trimming. So the ladies, what they should be doing is getting the hair and make it into 4 different parts, and one part on the fingertip. Just roll it on the fingertips and just cut the amount of hair that they will be released from the ihram by that. Men, they can do the trim to make sure that all the hair is cut and equal. So we have to avoid short back and sides. Especially, obviously, short back and side is the wrong thing itself. But in the state of ihram, we need to keep that in mind. If you trim it, make sure that all the hair is on the right size to make it small. Or the best thing is to do halaq, completely shave. So after that, what happens is the days which are between the days of Umrah and the days of Hajj, we got an amount of time. In that time, we should spend our time in doing tawaf, in reciting the Quran, instead of wasting our time. A lot of people, they just waste their time. They go to different restaurants and takeaways, tasting food. No, we're not here to taste food. Oh, have you tried this restaurant? I did. So people are just talking about restaurants. There's this Bangladeshi restaurant, they give you shutki and they give you this and that. So we're talking about these kind of things. Do you understand? So basically, we have to keep in our mind that we're not there to taste different types of food, or this restaurant and recommend this for that person. Or I went to this particular shop, they got jubbas this price and that price. There's beautiful burqas, their sisters, mashallah. When the first time when I went for Hajj, so we were in the state of ihram, so there's gold shops. So everybody, I'm going to get it for my daughter-in-law. I'm going to get it for my my daughter. I'm getting my son married. I need to get it for my future daughter-in-law. So I looked at them because I was young at that time, and I looked at them. I said, Subhanallah. We put our ihram on, we put our shroud kafan on, and we're thinking about getting our sons and daughters married. Please avoid it. Once we get out of ihram, then you can think about it. So we're always thinking about these kind of things. At that time, what's the purpose of the ihram? What's the reason behind it? So a person thinks about that, because this journey, when we do the qurbani, instead of doing our qurbani, we're doing that qurbani is to imitate and remind ourselves that we're giving our life for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So instead of sacrificing ourselves, we're sacrificing an animal. That's the purpose of it. That's what we put the ihram on. So everything, a person at that time to put on perfume, everything is not permissible. Why? Because you're going into your grave. That's the wisdom behind it. We don't realize the wisdom. Do you understand? So at that time, and the main important thing in Hajj is the realization that we are all equal in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So now your English language, your British passport doesn't work. Everybody's on the same level. You understand? Now English and all these different, like my suit and my designer wear, no, everybody's got the same kind of clothing. Everybody's got the same language, labbaik Allahumma labbaik, the Arabic language. You understand? Nobody's perfume on, nobody, everybody in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, crying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, all on the same level. That's the wisdom behind, that's the reason behind it. We do this.